Welcome to a wild ride, ladies and gentlemen. I believe I'm going to use that in my title. You know, TNA's been improving their product lately. I did see with Fool Killer 99, no, it wasn't Fool Killer 99, it was Andre Corbill. He said it the best, that when Slammiversary comes around, it's going to be an Impact Zone. I am not for that. I want to see them in a real venue. And that does upset me. But taking away from what's going to happen in Slammiversary, this was a good show. I was very interested in it. It didn't have everything I liked, but in general it was good. First thing I'm going to talk about is Velvet Sky. She's gone. It seems Maria decided to get rid of her. Ashley is a new person that's been brought in. I don't know what's going to be done with her. She reminds me of Miss Brooke Tessmacher when she came in. Sorry. I'm stiff. It's cold in this apartment. But it's good to see they brought someone else new in. Unless that's Rebel. But it doesn't look like Rebel. But anyway. Was the match good with Sienna? It did what it needed to do. Now I know that Velvet Sky has been trying to get into WWE for quite a while. I don't know if she's going to make it. To be honest, I don't even think she should make it. She should go off to the indies and go somewhere else. Not that she's not a good wrestler, but I just feel like I don't think she's going to do that great in WWE. She doesn't have the personality that people are going to like. Unless she's willing to do a total revamp and restart from scratch, I don't think she'll really make it. But that's just me. The Jeff Hardy segment in the beginning of the show was good. We had a very short match, which wasn't even a match. And then we see name them three Willows. I did like the voice augmentation. Now we are going to destroy you. Wasn't bad. Seeing Jeff Hardy get into it and use his own voice, I'm alright with that as well. Seeing that Matt has now changed himself. I know Fool Killer 99 is sick of this. He doesn't want to see it. I'm sure the Slag Daddy's not going to give a damn about it. The Lex Man is probably not going to care. That he doesn't really do any TNA reviews. So if he has seen it himself, he probably doesn't care. My point of view is this. You got two guys who have done feuds over and over again, and we know this. But there is some point where if you work hard enough, you can make something a little fresh. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be one of those times. I don't really know how far they're going to go with Jeff and Matt Hardy. And how Matt is looking right now, looking kind of like a gothic kind of guy. I don't know how long they're going to maintain this and how well he's going to carry it. But at least you can say it's a little different for Matt. It is. Let's be honest here. Matt looks different. I don't know if it's going to be great, but at least it's different. The Mike Bennett segment. Was the Mike Bennett segment with Earl Hebner good? Hell yeah, it was. I know Earl has been played out. I know Earl is tired. I know Earl is a legend. And I know a lot of people saying he's old, he's fat, he's tired, he's 67 years old. But damn it all, it wasn't a bad segment seeing him wrestle a small little bit with Mike Bennett. And then kicking out. He kicked out and gave Mike Bennett a whack in the gonads. Dude, I enjoyed this segment. See it for what it was. It was comic relief. It was alright. We don't usually see Earl Hebner all the time in this situation. If we did, then I would say this is stupid, it's bullshit, I don't want to care about seeing it. But, come on. Earl once in a while can pull something off funny. Doing the in front of Maria, trying to harness his inner Hogan. It was so freaking funny seeing that freaking Pop Billy, that 67-year-old man. It was funny. And then EC3 comes out, he has a match with Tyrus. And that's a last man standings match. We haven't really seen one in a while. We haven't seen it in a while, a last man standings match. And you can say Tyrus isn't that great of a wrestler, but he didn't pull it off that badly. It worked to a certain extent, and EC3 wins. And the final thing, EC3 now has to face Matt Hardy next week, I believe. I'm alright with that. Now, what upsets me angrily, the tag team match of the Helms Dynasty versus Eddie Edwards and Zema Ion. I know we didn't get anything from Decay. I'm not crying about that. What I'm crying about is the freaking X Division and Trevor Lee doing nothing. Why? Why do they continue this with Trevor Lee? They're doing nothing with that freaking X Division title. I say it again, and I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. X Division for Explosion. X Division for Explosion. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep hammering it. I may actually get myself a Twitter handle, and I may try to push for this and make Dixie Carter realize that if you're not going to do anything on TNA's main show, which is Impact, put it on freaking Explosion and try to rebuild it from there. I still believe it could work. And I feel sorry for Trevor Lee. I don't really care about the match. Even though Zema Ion was spotlighted and he won, it's not about him. I'm sorry. It just isn't. What else here? I don't think there's much left to talk about except for maybe Eli Drake's segment. Eli Drake just needs a little more work in his Facts of Life segment. Yeah, dummy. Please get rid of that. Please. I said it could get old very quickly, and now it's gotten old. If it was something more catchy, then yeah, dummy. I really believe it would get over. Well, I'm going to put it to you like this. If he gets more prominent time on TNA to do it, he could even get the yeah, dummy segment or part over. But it depends if he's shown every week and given more material to work with. When it comes to Bram and him, it's not bad. In fact, I really felt last week when he had to go up against Drew Galloway, that was not the wisest thing for him. I didn't really feel he needed a job there. I don't believe it was the right thing. I know Fool Killer cared about it and said it was okay. I felt with Eli Drake that if they're going to give him the Facts of Life and they're going to try and build him to become a King of the Mountain champion, he doesn't need the job all the time. And that's what's been going on with him. And I just felt like it wasn't good. Was the segment okay? Yeah. But I just felt it was not necessary last week for him to job. Even though it was a good match. Let's see. Anything else am I forgetting? I'm going to the Lumberjack match now. If I'm forgetting anything, I'm sorry. I'm not really feeling very well. I'm actually kind of sick. I think I have a stomach flu or something. My stomach is messing with me. Was the segments beforehand with the vid pack of Lashley and Drew Galloway good? I think Lashley's vid pack was way better than Drew's, but not taking anything away from Drew's. Each one of them were different, but you wanted to make sure you showed how dominant and how relevant Lashley is. And I gotta say this, I don't know what lit his ass on fire, but his video segments are way better. His ring work is way better. His persona and his charisma has risen better since he's been this vicious. I don't know what lit a fire under his ass, but I hope he maintains this. And you know what? The vid pack covers that. And when it came to this match, there was no winner. There was a DQ. They rang the bell. They started fighting. And honestly, even though it was a lot of high spots, and I'm not always into high spots, I believe a lot of times you need to give a better story. Sometimes you can do that when you're talking in the back. Sometimes you can do that when you're in the ring or doing the basic ring work. high spots are not always the thing that can get a story over. But they've already made a very good story. They have done some good work in the ring. And in this case, the story is very good. The ring work before the DQ was good. And then the high spots, Zema Ion did a good spot. Robbie E, it was Eddie Edwards and Trevor Lee who did the best high spot of them all. A suplex off near the top ring rope onto everyone. That was freaking awesome. I gotta say that was a nice spot. It was. I'm not always into spots, but this was a good spot. And how did I feel about this show? This is a damn good show. We got rid of Velvet Sky, and I'm not against her, but she's gone again. Hopefully she does something more, and maybe she'll improve herself. The Eli Drake segment wasn't bad, and they really need to improve him, but it wasn't bad. We got a new woman in Ashley. She's cute. Willow's segment, I know a lot of people are not fond of what Matt Hardy and Jeff bring to the table anymore, but it is a different dynamic. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's next on Impact. And I hope you are as well. I hope you enjoyed the Zane View. Please give me a comment below. I'm saying this right now. I've begun to watch NXT now because I've been so frustrated over the last year or so about what the product of WWE has been giving me. And even though the product has improved a little bit, I just still feel kind of jaded. I finally got tired of it, and now I'm going to be watching NXT, and I may eventually do some reviews on it. I don't know what the schedule will be because when it comes to doing these videos, on Wednesdays I have to go to my doctor's appointments. And on Thursday I'm free, but then Friday I have to go again to my doctor's appointments. So I have to figure out how I'm going to do, if I do them at all, TNA, WWE, Raw, and WWE NXT. I have to figure out a schedule that does not overwhelm me because I have that tendency to get overwhelmed and then I shut down. But you guys give me an idea if it's alright to do NXT on Fridays because I usually do my Raw reviews either Tuesday or Wednesdays, TNA Wednesday or Thursday, and maybe I may do NXT Friday. Tell me if you think NXT would be alright on Friday, even though it is several days late. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace!